Oh God, Sebastian, another monster here. Carpinus orientalis, oriental hornbeam, collected in Croatia, now in near Zagreb, in the north of Croatia. And this is a fairy tale bonsai tree which is already in development since a couple of years, and it looks a lot better than the other one that we showed because the crown is better. The rest is as it should be on this style, slightly or very much exaggerated, like not only one stone but many stones there, not only one hole but many holes on very unexpected locations, not even covered, not even trying to cover them, and it has an already pretty good looking crown, which makes this bearable. Now, as I said before in another video, this tree does not look very beautiful, and it's not supposed to be very beautiful. It's trying to be impressive though. It is a tree that has no clue about bonsai rules, nor does it know that it should be beautiful. It's just itself, himself. Maybe that's a him, okay? So he owns the forest, okay? He is a master of the forest. He does not wash much, and he does not read nor write, but he is a character. You don't forget him, okay? So he has seen everything. He was there before the Spaniards even came to this country. And I'm speaking of North America now, of course, for our North American audience. And he has seen everything up to today, and he wonders about the future. Okay, so this is a tree that was found like this with the stones in there, and we could actually hammer them out. We could break these and take them out, and then you would have very strange holes. Like here we have one where we took some rock out, and that doesn't help. Or here was a rock. It doesn't really help much. It would take many, many years for this to grow and look normal again. So we decided to leave them in. This is a mark of a typical Croatian tree. It has rocks, and the rocks are not the correct color concerning orthodox bonsai styling. What does that mean? If you have rocks in a tree or with a tree, it should be dark rocks. That's what we are being told by the Japanese. Now we are in Croatia, and there is no such thing as dark rocks in this country. They're all white, they're all calcium. Okay, so we say an honest Croatian tree must have white rocks. Okay, no dark rocks for him. The wounds Sebastian has worked on quite a while ago, and he did what I suggested to him. He did nothing to protect these, not something over them, wood hardener or protectant or gin seal. Just let nature do its job, and it will decay. There's a hole, the hole will get bigger, it will rot, so you take a brush and brush it off, and at one point it looks very much like a natural hole. If you try to preserve it, it will always look like an artificial hole. So how do we continue in the future? I think we are already on a very good way. I would try to not make this too regular, too nice. This is a very wild sort of trunk, and we don't want a very tamed crown over it. The crown should also reflect the wildness of the tree. So I would make sure that something is longer, something is shorter. But overall, I think Sebastian did a very good job in developing this and looking more like a broadleafed or deciduous tree than a conifer. A big mistake that's being made in bonsai is that people take this kind of tree, which is a broadleaf tree, and style it to look like a pine tree. They usually use the Moyogi style, which is the most used bonsai style for deciduous trees, and it's the worst. It's the worst? Yes, it's the worst. That was no mistake. I meant it. Why is that? Because the Miyagi style is the style of an ideal pine tree. So what we in general do in bonsai, we are styling a deciduous tree to look like a pine tree. And we got so used to it that we think it's normal. We don't see that anymore. But it's maybe better to style a deciduous tree to look like a deciduous tree. Now, what does a deciduous tree look like? It has the main trunk, and the main trunk very soon splits into sub-trunks, which again split into sub-trunks. Let's see on this tree. Some people may say, well, this is a nice tree, but this branch is too thick. This is not a branch. This is a sub-trunk. This branch is too thick. No, this is not a branch. This is a sub-trunk, and they are supposed to be thick. And from this trunk then come the branches. So that's the idea of styling a deciduous tree like deciduous tree actually do grow. And it's not a fault, but it's by design. And do not try to make these horizontal layers where the bird can fly through, and never ever please use a triangle. Deciduous trees never have a triangular crown unless they're very, very young. Old trees are almost flat on top, and very often they are wider than high, like this. So in general, for European purposes, this is a very, very big bonsai. I keep telling Sebastian that it's too big, but by now I also have trees of that size. It is so big that two people just about can carry it. So you need a lot of friends to if you have such trees. There are other countries where this size is quite normal, or even the rule. Okay, so that's fine with me, but I would suggest if you can make it a bit smaller so that you can handle it. The pot is fine, but not the real ideal pot.
This goes to another pot, but it's not very easy to find a good pot. I have a pot that is longer than this one, but it's what is that dimension? Wide. It's maybe like maybe even less than this one, so I have a problem. I will try to fit it in.
Well, the problem is actually, yes, that first of all the big pots are not easy to get, but some Chinese pots are very big. But most of them will have the problem that they are wide like this, but then the depth of the pot, the width is too small for this kind of nebari. And so this is why you end up in a round pot. You could also even pot this on a big slab, which nobody can carry then anymore, or so put it somewhere in the front of your garden. Very impressive though. I must say, I have watched this tree grow over the last 6 or 7 years, and I'm quite impressed how it turns out. So you really know what you're doing.
What would you do if this is your tree?
Well, I would find a better pot.
Okay.
I would continue this. I would continue the crown, make sure it's getting denser, but a bit more irregular than now. It's too regular for my taste, and it's slightly too much bonsai looking. I would take that out and make it more wild looking.
How far is this one from the exhibition state?
That depends on what sort of your expectations are. If you take all these wire off and clean the trunk and put it into some reasonable pot, you could exhibit it right away. If you want to win a big award and at the trophy, then you better wait for another 5 years, but you have strong competition there. You know that. So there is other hornbeams now which are more advanced. So yes, it's about 3 or 4 or 5 years away. Okay, you're gonna be fine. Good luck.